Hello and welcome to After Hours, brought to you by the Emory Hotel, the home of horology in London.
A place where we truly celebrate the art of time well spent. Joining me is none other than the brilliant author, historian and journalist, Nick Fowles. Together we'll be sharing the heady cocktail of all the things we love most about the watch world. Tune in as we unveil the rock stars of haute horology, one-of-a-kind watch designs, an exclusive window into the world of watchmaking.
Hello and welcome to After Hours. I'm George Bamford.
And I'm Nick Fowles.
Hello, Nick. How are you?
George, you're looking so dapper.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Do you know, honestly, I love being here at the Emory, the home
Of haute horologerie in
There
London.
we go, because I can never say that word. We've got something very special. We've got some amazing watches on the...
Already here.
But we've got something really amazing. We've got two people coming in that really have kind of whipped up a storm.
They've certainly thrown spanners in the works and
Exactly.
you know, all the rest of it.
I love it, spanners in the works and all the rest of it, but they've whipped up a storm in the watch world,
Yeah.
and I can't wait to
And here they
meet
are,
them.
the Kettle Kids.
The Kettle Kids.
How's it going? Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Good to see you.
How are you?
Very, very
Nice
good
to see you again, Nick.
Good to see you, good to see you. Sit down.
So firstly, Nick, you've been talking about these guys for a long time.
Well, I was prepared to dislike them thoroughly, and I found it very hard. I think they're terribly nice young men, and very entrepreneurial. And I even made the cardinal error of parting with money for a watch as well, which I still have and love. So I thought it had time to get them on the show and explain really what they're doing at their end of things and how you're looking at the vintage and pre-owned market.
Yep.
And also a bit about your story. And when are you opening on Bond Street?
Just in time for Christmas, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Best time to be doing.
Yeah.
So look, let's just kind of rewind. How long ago did you start? Because a lot
How
of
old are
people,
you, basically?
I'm 27 years old.
I'm 29.
You do not ask that question. You don't ask that question.
If you added their ages together, they'd still be younger than me.
Okay, I'm pleased that you said that. But when did you start?
So we started in 2017. Pretty much just loved watches as kids. Started wheeling and dealing as such up and down the country, and we got a bit of a name for ourselves back then as young kids selling watches, and we sort of run with it, and we decided to call it the Kettle Kids.
Yeah.
Kettle being the Cockney slang for watch, where we're from in South London. So we just made a bit of a play on words, called it Kettle Kids, had a good rhyme, and it just stuck in people's brains, I think, like go to the Kettle Kids, go to the Kettle Kids. And then we just sort of grew from there.
Yeah, he was working out of a backpack and we was flinging watches up and down the country, you know?
But you did turn up with a backpack.
Yeah.
Quite a glamorous backpack
I love
this
it.
time.
I love it. And there's some pretty interesting stuff here, but we'll come to that in a minute. But you've done some interesting collaborations with artists. You've done shop in shops. You've been very agile in what you've done, I think. And you had that very nice boutique just off Hanover Square.
Yep, on Maddox Street.
And then that was done actually, I mean, Danny Pizzagoni, as you know, of Watch Club, was very complimentary about that shop. He thought it was and it is a beautiful, but you're moving again. Why the move?
I think mainly because we feel that Old Bond Street is missing something, what we can offer, and also we believe that it's the best street in the UK, if not the world. So yeah, we believe.
Yeah.
We believe in Old Bond Street, and we believe that we're going to put our.
And Old Bond Street presumably believes in you.
For sure. They gave us the lease. We got a 20-year lease there, so we're there to stay.
Yeah.
Wow.
40 something you'll be when it's.
Yeah, that's
They'll
it.
be able to,
So,
they'll be able to drive and order their own drinks.
So let's kind of your team. How many roughly are in?
So in total, there's 15 now.
Yeah.
We've grown that out. Most started as family. We now have family, friends, and experts as well within the industry that we've brought in to help us and guide us.
And just kind of because if someone's watching this, hi mum. If someone watches this, what kind of era of watches are you? Because like here it's predominantly modern, but then I see a very vintage one. If you go to Bond Street, what do we?
We're trying to cover the whole market, from a £1,000 watch up to hopefully £1 million watch, and we let all different kinds of walk of life come into the store, and we don't know who's next going to walk through the door.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we love so much about selling watches, that we can literally have a diverse collection and we kind of sell what we like. And
we choose to stock watches that we would wear, or our family would wear, our mum would wear, and then hopefully if we have that passion for the item that we've stocked, then we can share that with the end client.
Yes, I mean, your grandmother was the one who kicked the whole thing off, wasn't she?
Yeah, that's correct.
A charming piece of folklore. Wow. But let us tell the story, because it is a good story.
So basically, we were sort of kids as such. We was going into the real world, and we didn't know really what we wanted to do, but we knew we loved watches, but we just didn't have the finance to start a watch store or whatnot. So we went to our grandmother and we borrowed £1,000, and she sort of gave us the first loan that kicked it off, and we never looked back. And we've actually got one of the watches here today. That,
is that one of the originals?
Yeah,
is
this one?
It's that one, yeah.
How did we guess that it was that one?
So back then, we managed to buy 3 Cartier 21 Sports from eBay, and we uploaded them online on our social media, the Instagram. And we gave £300 each for them, and we flipped them. And then I had a normal job working as a tiler. Harvey was doing like car valeting. And then the Instagram kind of blew up, and now we're here, and we're like, wow, you know.
Because did your father help you along the way a bit with this?
He's been there supporting us. But yes, it's mainly
Passing on the back and kicking up the arse, or
a little bit.
Is he a watch collector as well?
He now is a watch collector. Yeah, okay. Pretty much our whole family is now, especially our grandma.
Our father and other members of our family always had watches, and I feel like as children that was embedded in our brain, that's what you sort of did as you grew up, and that's the sort of way.
It was funny, from where we was born in South London, Elephant Castle, it was like people had a watch before they owned their own house, you know. Yeah. So
nice watches too.
Yeah, nice watches too. Yeah. So we've always been brought up around nice watches, and we were so passionate for it, and then we were so close to the city and like Mayfair and Knightsbridge and stuff that we just eventually wanted to get there, you know.
It's just it's a short distance but a long journey.
Yeah, that's correct.
I felt like in Elephant and Castle, where we're from, we was close to the big money in the city, but you're still out of reach. Yes. But you can still see the direction where the money is, and that's sort of always where we gravitated towards.
And just to tell me, you know, overall, when you're saying about you've got something for everyone, you've got multiple people that come in. What, you know, because everyone always goes, well, what type of clientele? What is that? But when you're walking in, what would be your average? What would be the people that you would go? Is it because, you know, some stores, like, you know, heaven forbid, no, I wear t-shirt and jeans most days.
Yeah.
And I walk in, some stores look at me and go, what the hell?
And some people say, hello, George, nice to see you again.
Well, hopefully, yeah. But
I don't go shopping in a t-shirt.
No, I'm just wondering, I don't think you
Our
would.
door is kind of open to anybody, to be honest with you. And we don't know who's next to walk through the door. It could be a tourist coming in, it could be a footballer, it could be an electrician. We have all different walks of life.
Celebrity electricians. You had this brilliant story of a Chinese customer who was buying a crash watch and had to pay £2,000 a time on the...
So we had a couple from China come in with like COVID masks on and stuff. They was very discreet, and they just said, yeah, we want a Cartier Paris crash 1991, very specific. As you know, they're a 400-piece limited back then. And we was like, okay, leave it to us. We had 24 hours to complete the whole deal. And they was back the next day, and on their limit of their Chinese card, they could only pay £2,000 at a time. So 100 transactions on the card machine. Yeah. It took a day.
I bet your guys were just like...
Didn't you have to fly to the Middle East to source the watch?
Yeah, we did.
With no deposit as well. We were just trusting their word, because they said we don't do deposits, you know. If we say we want something, we want it. So we literally went all out and
Middle
done
East
it
and
ourselves.
back within a day.
Wow. I mean, that's quite fun, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's also doing it for a customer. It's a great story as well for you guys, because it's showing you're actually hustling. You're going to go the end.
We would always go the extra mile, and going back to what we were saying is we try to stock a range of watches, brands, things that feel right, from, like Jacob said, £1,000. It could be up to £1 million. But then we've got something for everyone who walks in the door. They're all welcome. They feel part of Kettle Kids, and we can just share that conversation.
And these collaborations, Nick was talking about some of the collaborations, you know, you are doing things in different ways. You're almost...
I hate the term disruptive, but disruptors, aren't
but
they?
it seems like you're just saying, but you're saying yes to a lot of things that you're going, yes, we can do that, and we can do it like this.
Yeah.
And you're putting your take on it.
Yeah.
So just kind of, understand.
Similar to what you did.
Yeah, well,
Yes, I mean another child entrepreneur here.
well, now I've got a Zimmer frame.
It's like being a former child star in Hollywood, isn't it? Really.
Oh. I don't know. Thanks, Nick.
Former child star of watch pimping.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we do things that we believe in first and foremost. Everything we do, we give our absolute all, and we follow our passion.
I would say we are a little bit disruptive.
We are, for sure.
Because we sell all the brands and we don't really have a loyalty to a specific one. So I think that's what's so different to everybody else. And on Old Bond Street, we're going to make such a stamp because we've got such a diverse collection. If you walk into the store, you can pretty much get anything. If you can't, we will be able to find it within a matter of days.
24 hours.
Yeah.
I love that kind of ballsy guarantees.
No, but
So if I come in and ask for sort of a Johannes Kepler from the sort of 15th century or something like that. Say,
we can find it in 24 hours. But I kind of like that because it's going to give people that comfort to say yes, okay.
And also, there's premium on some of these pieces, but there's also discounts on other pieces, and we just pass that on to the client. And there's no waiting list. You haven't got a queue outside. It's just a bit of a easier way to do things, I think, at Kettle Kids for us.
And because sourcing these watches is always a hard thing, you know. Because if it was easy, everyone would do it.
Do it, yeah.
So you've kind of got, and you know, someone said to me a while ago, they said, I'm a magician. I'm not going to tell you how I'm going to get the watches, but it seems like you've kind of got the secret sauce of finding these watches, or am I wrong?
I mean, it's all over, isn't it?
I think, yeah, it's all over. I think it comes with travel. We could be down in New York with the family, and then we're so obsessed with watches, like, let's go have a little browse around, you know, and we see something and it's like got a photographic memory and we remember where it was and how much it was, and then all of a sudden it's like it's meant to be. Someone walks in, I'm looking for this, and we're like, I see one of them in New York. Let me get
Yeah,
a call,
like
you know?
I'm delivering a watch to a client tomorrow in New York. Actually, he plays for the Yankees baseball team.
Wow.
He started off as a client. He's now become a close friend of ours. His name's Marcus Stroman. He's a pitcher, and he's been hunting this watch actually in the middle. I brought it along to show us.
Which one?
It's the Patek. No, the 5723 rose gold.
Oh, chocolate.
Nice.
It's the chocolate dial.
With the
You're not picking
baguettes.
it out because it's being sold, Nick.
That's fine. He won't mind.
Nice watch.
Yeah, and he's been looking for this watch for months, maybe even years, and he's came to us, and I just literally remembered where one was, and we've made it happen. So I'm delivering that tomorrow.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
Yeah, that's
But
what we do.
it's also that thing of, like, you know, everyone used to always ask me the question of when do you sleep, because you're constantly.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of one of those things.
Yeah.
I mean, I bet you guys are up early, kind of.
Well, I'm waiting up at 4 a.m. sometimes, waiting for Asia to open.
Yeah.
So obviously they're 7-8 hours in front, so I've got to be up early to get them as they're opening their doors. And
So what do you
making it
find in
happen.
Asia? What do you find in Asia? When you're sourcing these things, what are the different...
Is it more quality in Asia?
I'd say in Asia they have, they've been buying different watches to Europe and America for a long period of time. I think there's huge collectors down there who have got unbelievable watches that some people never get to see.
Yeah.
And I feel like once you get in with those guys and you start to be around it a bit more, there's just like golden tickets down there.
Yeah.
That
So
nobody's
what
seen.
sort of things do you find in the Far East, say, that you wouldn't find in Europe?
I'd definitely say the rare Cartiers, all the crashes, all of the like we have one here, the St. Petersburg Tutti Frutti. I'd say stuff like that. I'd say rare Pateks.
Yeah, more limited pieces.
Limited pieces.
Is
for
it
sure.
is it also size as well?
They're wearing smaller. I'd
Yeah,
say.
a lot smaller watches in Asia, I would say.
So, and is that hard to then translate? Because you talked about America,
Yeah.
where it seems.
I mean, it's 40 mil is still seen as a
Yeah.
basic size. Isn't
Okay,
it?
I'm pleased that you said that, because I wasn't kind of discriminating on the different sizes,
Yeah.
but you know, there is a trend for smaller over there, and then you've got a larger.
But America is still. There's a big. I mean, first of all, I think it's a big market still, with a lot to exploit with it.
Yeah.
But I think also you have. It is. You still get bigger case diameters
Yeah.
over there. They still regard 36 as a woman's size.
So for you translating from Asia to America, are you thinking in a different way?
I'd say that, yeah, America would definitely overall wear a bigger watch. They're more into the bigger offshores and all that sort of stuff. Europe, Italy, UK, the regions over here, back on the smaller stuff, I'd say. And I'd say 41 would be like the
Yeah, that's a
biggest.
big watch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
it's a
yeah, I
big
think
watch.
so.
And
But what it is, you could be out in Asia and you could see this like massive chunky Audemars Piguet, and you're like, the price in Asia is so much cheaper than it would be in America because it's less popular. So for us, we'll buy that in Asia and we could possibly sell it in America, you know?
Yeah, and you've done
just
that before.
Yeah, lots of times.
That's the kind of thing we like to hear. We like to hear you doing well. And you've bought the Gildo Zegna shoes, which we must be a shout out to Gildo.
Yeah, we're big Zegna fans.
Philips have the Laura Piana one.
Yes.
You remember they all have
Yes.
Laura Piana. We should do a sort of sponsored watch.
We should do our shoe. Yeah, but it would have to be a Nike for me. And a pair of trainers.
Some sort of ridiculous,
you'll just
antelope skin
you'll
slipper
just,
for me or
you'll
something.
just go. But when you're looking through some of the watches, if you're looking at brands, what are the brands that for you are you don't even have to think about? You buy it and you put it into the shop and it comes.
Patek Philippe, without you even
Really?
finishing your sentence.
Yeah.
Okay.
Patek Philippe.
What is it? I mean, I love Patek. I went there probably first in 1992, I think. It's changed a lot, but it still remained, if anything, it's got further and further ahead of the pack. What do you think, as a young person, I mean, relatively young from my point of view, think about Patek Philippe? Because I think they're looking at customers of your age.
Yeah.
So what is it, presumably, that you're...
I'd say the rarity of Patek Philippe and or how hard they are to get from the store.
Yeah.
I think that just gives people the urge to want them even more.
I think the younger generation now, they're not willing to wait in the store to buy a Calatrava first and then step their way up to a Nautilus. They're coming to us straight away and they want an Aquanaut, they want a Nautilus, and they don't want to wait, you know. And it is the younger generation, I would say, 35 and younger, and their first watches are becoming a Patek Philippe. And it's crazy, where before it was a Cartier or maybe an Omega as a first watch, and they're stepping straight into the market, and it's like, wow.
My first watch was my grandfather's, I think, or my father's. Anyway, it was what it was.
Do you still own it, Nick?
I think my son's got it now.
Okay.
But it wasn't anything fancy at all. It was just a Tissot Sea Star from the late 50s, I think.
My first watch was a Cartier Santos, I think. A Gaudi.
That's a nice one.
Wow.
Gaudi, yeah.
That's very nice.
Mine was a Tag Heuer Formula One. That was my first serious watch with a luminous star. I gave it to a girlfriend. She's never given it back. Anyway, but okay, so Patek is your kind of like, if you see Patek, you're almost like, I'm going to buy that.
Yeah,
Have you found, before we leave Patek, have you found the younger customers looking now at Calatravas and things like that a bit more?
Well-timers, I would say.
Yeah, well-timers, I
are
would
cool.
say.
So they're being moved, they're not just, because I mean, I think the thing was they were so Nautilus focused that...
Aquanaut or Nautilus mainly, but also we've sold a lot of well-timers, haven't we? I actually bought my son a well-timer, secondary. It's the 175th anniversary.
Beautiful piece.
Yeah, it is a beautiful watch, and he's a baby, but I bought it for him for when he grows up.
Put it in the safe.
Yeah, and I brought it along to show you guys because I thought it's a cool watch.
It's beautiful.
And you've got the beautiful engraving on the back here.
Yeah, and
So just on that, what about the Cubitus?
the Cubitus.
Cubitus. Yeah, there we go.
I think it's Marmite for most people.
No, but are you getting people to asking for it?
Not so much.
Not so much, no.
No.
I think when it came out, everybody was wowed by it, and it was so different from Patek Philippe, but it's still not holding like the Nautilus models, what people
I think over time it will though, because we've actually had one in stock, and it's a lot nicer in person than it looks online.
Yeah.
I really liked it in person.
The pictures don't do justice to it.
No.
And I mean, also it
the
wears
wrist
quite
feel,
well.
the wrist feel feels good. So okay, so Patek, you've gone on to the world timers. Have you seen any other progression? Have you seen case materials or anything else like that changing?
I think stainless steel is king, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Rose gold is great if someone wants to spend that sort of money, but for us, I think stainless steel is just bread and butter, isn't it?
Yeah.
And is that platinum there as well?
Yeah, the platinum Daytona.
Yes, that's the new platinum
The
Daytona.
Daytona, as they
Yes,
call it.
the
Yes.
platinum.
But the open case back.
So it's a new one.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
the new model.
Yeah. So yeah, day to day, main sales in store would be Rolex,
that's a beautiful
Patek
watch, isn't it?
Philippe.
Isn't that beautiful?
But, yeah, it
that-
varies. It does.
And tell me about, because this I think is actually it's the entry level Richard Mille, isn't it? But
Yeah.
it's also my if I had to have one, irrespective of the value, if I had to pick one meal, it would be this one. I mean,
Yep.
obviously, if someone said to me, "Which one do you want?"
I
I'd pick
agree
the
with
most
you.
expensive one. But, I mean, but if I had to, if there were prices were taken off and it didn't matter, because I'd wear this pretty much every day.
And that's the reason we brought one along, is because that is our hottest Richard Mille that we sell.
Really?
We can't get them quick
So that's
enough.
a bread and butter one, right?
It is,
That's kind
for
of like
Richard Mille,
butter,
yeah. It's ultra slim, it's titanium, it's super lightweight.
It's a gorgeous watch.
Yeah. This year we would have sold 20 to 30.
Yeah, Richard Mille.
Richard Mille
67.
titaniums, yeah.
Wow, already?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So that's the RM67 titanium.
Look at that. I mean, it's beautiful. I mean, finishing has become such a selling point. I mean, you never in the old days you never had a Rolex movement with an exhibition.
Oh, the
bag.
Platona, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you never thought Rolex would do it, and that's why these watches are selling for around 20,000 over RRP.
Because of the
open case back, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, what you're looking at is pretty beautiful, given
Yeah.
it's an industrially made product. They've really finished it to a very high level.
Yeah.
Don't know. But you know, you talk about something like that. If we took prices off Richard Mille, you know, for me would be the Rafa Nadal.
Yeah.
Okay.
But because I just love the engineering, I love that it's lightweight. But I understand that, and Nick, I never knew that would be, if we took prices off, that would be your.
I think it would. I mean, I really do. I think it's a beautiful watch. I think they really got it right. I probably would go for another strap other than the nylon. I'd probably go for one of those leather depliants.
Yeah.
Because they got that sprung.
Yeah.
They got that sprung
Titanium.
depliant glass. It's
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
But feel that. It's a fantastic watch.
It's
It
weight-wise.
goes under the shirt nice as well.
Yeah.
When you're walking around, and yeah, like you said, it's not too big, it's not chunky.
No.
And that's why that is one of our popular models what we sell, because of it being extra flat.
And where we're in a city of London, at times you want your shirt just to be covered.
Yeah,
covering
yeah.
the watch.
It is an unfortunate reality that.
It's all around the world now in major cities, I'd say. So
Would you think is it worse in Paris or London?
I personally would say Paris, but I think
Well, it's a
I think
closer-
every major city in the
Yeah.
world is just.
Yeah.
And that's a sad state of affairs,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of those things that when we look at it. But something like this, I can agree with you if you took the prices off. So there is something else that we kind of ask on this. So after hours, you know, it's got a name. What are you doing after hours apart from what you just said? You know, go on holiday and you search out other watch shops. What's the things that kind of make you tick? Is that probably?
Oh, I love it, George. Oh,
I got it in there.
Who would have thought?
After
Fantastic.
work hours, me and Harvey, we probably stop at the pub, have a couple beers, talk about the day, have a quick recap, and then
Basically, continue to work.
yeah,
with it.
really
Watch
continue
talk.
to
It's
work.
watch talk.
Yeah.
So do you live close to each other?
Yeah, not too far.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not too far.
about
Both
20,
London-based, yeah.
And you've
25
both been able to build. You've both bought yachts now and all this stuff.
Yeah.
That's coming. They've got a plane coming next.
We're sacrificing everything for Old Bond Street.
Old Bond Street,
Yeah, we're
yeah.
putting everything
But
into
to
that.
tell us a bit about what Old Bond Street will be like, because it's a big fuck off building, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
So we've got it's 5 floors in total, over 4,500 square foot. We have a workshop on the top, which will be doing polishing, servicing, and then working down from them. We're going to have our own office space. We're going to do some fine jewellery on the first floor.
Oh yes, you're doing your own jewellery, aren't
Yeah.
you?
So then we're going to go down to the ground floor where
We've got a cool cocktail bar on the first floor as
on
well.
the first floor.
nice.
Yes.
Very good.
Ground floor, we're going to have a hell of a lot of watches in the window for the passing traffic to see and to know that it's all available.
Yeah.
And then in the basement, we've got kind of a wine/cigar cellar going on.
Nice.
Yeah, really nice.
Yeah.
And you know, this is a a big step for you to kind of go there.
Huge,
and
yeah.
I totally agree. You know, you said to Nick that you were going to deliver it by summer, but to get it right and do it right.
We can't rush that.
No.
The final touches, can we really? And like little things is like we wanted the cocktail bar, we didn't want it, and then now we need the cocktail bar because people come and just have a drink, socialise. The window, we've redesigned it 10 times because it's just the back and forth of, do we want one watch in the window? But no, we're open. We want people to see our selection, even if they are only walking. Let's fill the window up, and then we've got a budget for that, and then we just want to get it right, basically.
How do you make it not look like? Because there are second-hand watch shops actually on Bond Street already. How do you make it stand out and give it that kind of quality?
I think our branding and our brand identity, we're going to use the same deck that we've been working on in our previous store, and I feel we just put a bit of our own stamp on it, really.
It's a London. You're doing the same designer, the London Scandinavian designer.
That's correct, yeah.
That's correct.
What's his name?
Hesselbrand.
Yeah.
That's right. I mean, because that's a very distinctive look, isn't it? It's concrete, brush metal, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Nice.
And what about the jewellery you're making? Tell me a bit about that.
Yeah, so we're going to do some of our own collection. So could be we're still looking into it, aren't we? Really, but
Yeah, still being designed. We've got fine jewellery as such, more dainty diamonds and white gold and stuff like that. But then we're also open to having like a collab with a designer who's going to do. We've passed the idea around, haven't we, of doing some more affordable jewellery, more stuff that can be worn every day by people who haven't got the budget for.
and complement the watch. Really.
Yeah, complementing the watch as such.
Nice.
And what about, what's the most difficult watch that what do you find difficult to sell?
Difficult to sell.
I think it all sells in the end
Yeah.
when you meet the right person, but
Is there something that's sitting in your safe and you're like going, come on,
What's
sell?
Yeah. What have we had for a while?
I feel like
We struggle with Tudors.
Tudors.
Really?
Yeah, we struggle
Really?
with Tudors.
Really?
Yeah.
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 That's
we-
a-
At the moment
yeah.
we do.
I love
I
Tudors.
love
I love
Tudor.
Tudor.
But I think our client base
pricing.
online is.
Your client base is looking for something.
Yeah, it's the Tudors we struggle.
I feel like we're on the lower end of the market. We're better off with Cartier.
Yeah, I
Okay.
agree.
Cartier.
Totally agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Because you know what it is with Tudor, you can buy it at retail for under £5,000. So when you're buying it second hand, some people would rather spend a little bit extra and get it brand new out the shop. So there isn't much margin to work with.
And it's been sensationally.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a brilliant idea of Rolex's to bring it out, didn't you think?
And I think the price point as well. I think
Yeah.
they've
I love the Miami looking pink, the turquoisey blue dial they've
No,
just
but
done.
you know what I mean? Is they've done a very good thing on pricing versus even the market. They've hit and so for you guys, I could understand now when you say
We
that
can't
about-
compete with it as
you,
such.
You know, step up and go and buy it at that price or don't. Okay, no, I can understand that. But for you, it's very much finding those watches and kind of finding something. So which is a watch that is let's call it your Eleanor. You know, like Gone in 60 Seconds.
I'd say a
that
Rolex Daytona Panda.
Yeah.
For me,
Really?
straight
Yeah.
up.
The new reference, the 126500 reference.
The white dial.
Is that's the
Yeah.
one that
We've
you
sold 7 or 8 pieces in the last 10 days.
10 days. We
Yeah.
could sell
Wow.
like 10 a week if we had them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that watch is doubled the retail price.
My God.
It's extraordinary, isn't
We
it?
always have to kind of think ahead because we think, okay, we've got 2 ceramic Daytonas in stock, and if
Is
they
that
go
gonna be
today, where are we going to get the next 2 from, you know?
And it's hard to do it.
Yeah.
And are you saving stock for the opening as well?
We are.
We're trying to, but stock is actually flying out
Off the
shopping,
shelf, as
yeah,
they
off the
say,
shelf,
yeah.
as they say.
Wow.
At the moment, we've been really busy. Business is growing well, so we can't complain at the
Well,
moment. It's all
here's to
looking good.
touching wood and
Yeah.
what I would say is thank you so much for coming
Yeah,
in.
really
and,
thank you.
And really thank you for coming into the Emory and coming to see
It's
us.
been an absolute pleasure.
And bringing some amazing watches.
Yeah,
You
thank you
guys
very much.
absolutely rock. Thank you so much. Nick,
Thank
this
you.
has been
Cheers.
amazing.
Thank you.
You've been
Thank you
great.
very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Thank you very much.
Good to see you.